From Baltimore, Maryland, weighing 275 pounds, the American hero,
Dru Manchu, baby! Yes, it is Comic Core Daily. Yes, it is Dru Manchu. Yes, I have a mask in case I want to go out in public and rob a train or something. I can't believe it, gang. I missed 2 days this week. So this is only the second day that you're getting your daily dose of Dru today. Oh, man, this week has been so low on the totem pole for you folks because you're not getting enough me. I'm sorry about that. I will do my best to bring you the best in Comic Core Daily that I can provide. There are 6 people watching right now. Let's check that chat. I'm going to try to grow this audience before I get into the news a little bit. Give people a chance to come over from Discovery Bay and say what's up. Kenneth Bird is in the chat. Good to see you, Kenneth Bird. Fish Tropic popping in here early along with the Great Legend Show. Dead Zone Citizen in here as well. Perry's Comics lurking around, and Chris Barrett has arrived. My friend Cat Ren Figures is here. Good to see you, Cat. Patrick Kelly is in the chat. Patrick, what's going on, man? Got Mark Knapp 68 says hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Back to you, Mark Knapp. And Phil Ailing is in here, as well as Backseat Driver, friend of the chat, nearly daily dose of truth. I like that. Lisa Noble just won a pop over there. A flocked Phoenix pop or whatever from Harry Potter over on JB's channel. Third time's a charm. 2 people didn't show up. You want to win that prize, man? You got to show up. Comics for Thomas. Good to see you in here. Comics on the Mind, as well as C. Wood, and Magoo is dropping some Flash love as always. Nice to see Matt in here as well. Boy Who Had 7. What a great dude. Glad to have you as part of the core for Mainframe Comic-Con, and hopefully you'll be doing some other stuff on the channel soon. We can't wait to have a more fruitful working relationship with the Boy Who Had 7. Fantastic channel, fantastic dude, fantastic collection. Stream Elements Robot is in here, making sure that when the robots take over, we're on the side of what's right. We give love to the Stream Elements Robot. Lisa Nabel, yes, JB is awesome. Yeah, Fox Pop, Tacoma had it in there. Good job, man. Good to see you. Yesy Lou, always see you over in JB's chat. Thanks for joining us here. I'm glad everybody's here. Quick Draw's here. Magoo sent him. Quick Draw, we love you, buddy. Thanks for coming through. Comics Misexplained is in the chat. Oh, man. Couple people watching now. We can go ahead and start with the segments, gang. I am the Sultan of segments. I am the scallywag of segues. I am the, I don't know, king of differentiated entertainment. I got segments, people. I'll tell you what, our first segment's called Nerd News. Breaking nerd news. Everybody loves comic books, or you wouldn't be here. And everybody collects differently, but some people just need to make sure that their comics are preserved and their comics are appropriately graded. And for those people, there's always been this dilemma. How do we avoid PGX? And do we go with CGC or CBCS? And there has been a point of contention between the two where one of the main reasons why people have preferred CGC over CBCS, even though CBCS is highly accredited, they have the backing of Beckett behind them. They are an accurate grader. Nobody really has issues with them for the most part. But the one thing that's been a drawback to people using CBCS is the lack of a census. And I got a message today, right before this show started, gang, that CBCS now has a census. They now have a census. Wow. What does that mean for the grading industry? It means that there is no reason not to use CBCS for your comics at this point. Do I go to CBCS? No, I don't even have any CBCS slabs. Why am I advertising for them? I'm not advertising for them, gang. I just want you to know that there's no reason now. I think that the biggest argument against CBCS was the lack of a census, and they have one now. Thank you so much for the Great Legend show for sharing that with me. He's on the mailing list, and he got a email this morning that said that CBCS now has a census. So if you're a member over there, go ahead and sign in and start utilizing their census. Man, that's phenomenal news. I want to hop back into the chat and see what people think about CBCS and their census. Tighten the topics. Okay, I'll be in the Tighten the topics too. There you go. Let's see. Anybody interested in this CBCS news? What's going on here? Magoo says some of us are learning about comics for the first time also. That's fantastic. CGC, you know what, Boyhood 7, you can have your brand loyalty, my friend, but CBCS now has a census. Why would you not go with them? Like, what is going to hold you back at this point? Just a little podcast tapped in here. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate seeing you there. I'm just saying, gang, I think that CBCS has made itself a more viable option with the addition of a census, and I think this is big news. But the thing here is, at Nerd News, we don't only have one news story, we have newses. Nerd Newses is what we should call it, because, bam, Humble Bundle. Guys, I'm not sure if you know about Humble Bundle, but Humble Bundle started as a video game service almost. It's like a digital on-demand video game service where you could pay for the game what you want to pay, and the rest is split with the developers and charity. And Humble Bundle has started doing some cool stuff with comics as well. There was a really big Aspen Comics drop on Humble Bundle not long ago. And right now, through May 20th, the entire collection of The Walking Dead is available. If you bought the single issues off the newsstand, it would have cost you over $454. And they're only asking for $25, which is 5%. 5% of the total. But you can pay what you want. You can be a cheapskate if you want. Just get it. Like, if you haven't read The Walking Dead yet, if you do not have it in your collection, and if you don't mind reading digitally, get this Humble Bundle, throw some money at charity, and get The Walking Dead in its entirety. There's never going to be a cheaper way for you to do this. Guys, if you jump on this. The link is in the description below for the Humble Bundle. Check it out. I think it's really cool. Just a Rican and his comics popped into the chat. Good to see you, my friend. Like, everybody's chopping it up chat-wise. I'm very excited to have you all here. Oh, hello, gang, he says. Now we're going to move on to our next story. What? 3 stories in Nerd Newses? Yes, 3 stories in Nerd Newses. And this one might actually not be news, but it's news to me, okay? Or it was news to me last night when I was scrolling through the Microsoft Game Pass options on the Xbox. And I'll be damned, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid is on there. Yes, gang, Battle for the Grid. This is a Power Rangers game based on Shattered Grid, the greatest Power Rangers comic book event ever. You got Lord Draken, and the entire story is written by Kyle Higgins. And you know what? I'm going to endorse this game right now. I'm going to endorse it because it's not great. When you look at the menus, you'll be like, wow, this looks dated. When you hear the music selection, you'll say, wow, this is bare bones. And it all sounds like royalty-free music. When you see the backdrop for the Zordon stage, you'll be like, did they make this in Microsoft Paint? But the game itself, the mechanics are fan-freaking-tastic. It is basically a clone of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 with Power Rangers characters. And the fight animations are fun and slick. The gameplay is responsive. And it's a 3-on-3 tag team style game. It's a little bit more Smash Brothers or like Injustice than it is a Marvel versus Capcom as far as like the fighting mechanics go. But man, is it slick. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to go back and play more of it today. And I absolutely love Shattered Grid. And anytime anything Shattered Grid comes up, I'm going to get my hands on it. This is one of my favorite prints that I've ever picked up. This right here is Lord Draken. It's a cover by Buzz. And it's an homage to the Infinity Gauntlet, but it's with Shattered Grid. I absolutely love that. Buzz signed it down there. One of my faves, man. I also picked up the Lord Draken action figure. I can't get this to focus. It won't focus. Yeah, it's kind of in focus. But man, I love Lord Draken. He's a alternate version of Tommy, the White Ranger, the Green Ranger, kind of a white Tiger Dragon Ranger put together from an alternate universe. And he's mad evil, man. I even picked up the Pop figure, which I think is super dope. That's a previews exclusive, man. So I'm all in for anything Shattered Grid. And this game is super dope. If you guys are on the Xbox One, if you have that Microsoft Game Pass, download this game. Find me, Dru Manchu X42. And I'll whoop your ass with some Lord Draken. I'll whoop your ass with some Goldar. Come at me, bro. I got the Ranger Slayer. I'm going to take you out. And that's all I have to say about that. Let's check in the chat and see what they have to say about the news. Anybody talking about the news? The legal team would like me to... We don't have a legal team. I wish we did. I'll tell you what, man. You need to get on that. You definitely need to get on that. Comics Must Explain going to be dragging my nuts all over you when we battle, son. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. It says MK11 has spoiled him. Well, you know what, dude? This is more fun than any Mortal Kombat game I've ever played. You don't have to remember combos, just kind of button mash, and it's hella fun. Old school, baby. Old school. Let me just say to the great legend right now. Tag team. Legal team equals Chris Barrett. Congrats on your promotion. Yes, you've been voluntold to represent us in court, Chris Barrett. All right, gang. I think that's going to do it for Nerd News. You know how we wrap Nerd News.
And that's the way the news goes.
Now we're going to hop into our next segment, which is cool stuff I found on Instagram. Now you guys know how this Instagram segment works, right? I get up in the morning. I go to the toilet. I sit down. And I find somebody in the community who needs to be dropped on this segment the way that I'm dropping bombs on that toilet. And I'll tell you who deserves to be dropped on this segment. Two Brothers Comics. I love the brothers. Two Brothers Comics is one of the fastest growing channels in the YouTube community. And there's a reason behind that. They are always putting out fantastic content. But what really draws my eye today is the fact that they are promoting this content as brothers. And they shared this G1 Spawn figure. This is the first Spawn action figure that ever came out. And they share this today. And it touches me a little bit because that's an action figure that I shared with my brother when it actually came out the first time around. I remember the anticipation as we tried to open this deliberately hard to open blister pack, waiting to get our hands on that Spawn action figure, waiting to see his articulated cape in action. Man, I've always been an action figure collector, and this one was special to me. And that's why I'm shouting out Two Brothers Comics on Instagram. Their link is in the description below. Follow them on Instagram. On Instagram, you can find the bio, and that'll send you to their YouTube channel. If you're not subbed up to Two Brothers Comics on YouTube yet, you need to do that as well. Nick and Dustin, some great guys over there, and friends of the channel. I'm a big fan of what they're doing over there. Two Brothers Comics. Check them out, man. Dropping cool stuff like that Spawn figure on the daily. On the daily. I'm excited to, at this point in the show, move on to my next segment, which is my commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
Catch Comic Cast live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on the S&B Network. This coming May the 4th, Modern Men will be featuring an all-Star Wars episode. Get over to the community tab on the Comic Core to vote for your favorite Star Wars comic so we can do a deep dive on that comic book and talk everything Star Wars. Again, that's Modern Men, Monday, May the 4th, 10 p.m. Eastern, only on the Comic Core. Yes, gang, I'm back. Thank you for coming and enjoying the show, staying through the commercials, hacking it up in the chat, the live chat. We're excited to have you guys. And I've got a new segment. Well, it's the same old segment, but it's one of my favorite segments. Yeah, I'm going to call it my favorite segment. It's the countdown. Now, gang, I want y'all to know that I've been spending the past couple of days after Mainframe Comic-Con pulling down some of my long boxes and getting some things logged into my CLZ app. And in doing so, I figured that I would start introducing some of my personal collection into this daily show in order to bring some of the comics back to Comic Core. So these are my top 5 Avengers comics in my collection. Number 5, The Mighty Avengers number 69. That's right, 69. Did I choose this just because it's a 69? Yeah, probably. That and Kang the Conqueror, man. See him right there on the Uncanny Growing Man. That's what it says. Yeah, the Uncanny Growing Man. When is the Uncanny Growing Man going to be in the MCU? I just want to know that. We might get Kang sometime soon, but the Uncanny Growing Man, probably not. This is probably I got a really nice subscription crease on this book. I probably get a great deal on it, which is probably why I have it. I don't have a whole lot of Silver Age Avengers stuff, but I dig that. Number 69. Number 5 is number 69. Nice. Number 4. This is the oldest Avengers comic I have in my collection. This is number 17. This is the Minotaur. And this is in really shit shape. Like, this is restapled. It's not in great shape at all, gang. This is it's got some water damage on the top there. Discoloration. Yeah, but I love it. And you know why I love it? It's the oldest Avengers comic that I have in my collection. Number 17. Am I trying to get number 1 through 16? Hell yes, I am. They're on my list. This is what I've got. And this is where I start as far as my Avengers collection. I really don't like taking this out. I don't like flipping through the pages. Even it is pretty well secured with that restapling. And it's not something I'm going to get graded, so I don't mind if it gets really messed up. But like I don't know, man. I would rather read this digitally than actually flip through it. But the smell of this thing, it's got so much history, man. I love this issue, and I love the Minotaur because of this issue. This has been the oldest Avengers issue I have for a year or so now, and I dig it, man. I really like that. Old 12-cent Avengers are hard to come by in this area in good shape and at the proper price point. So it's not that I can't find these issues, it's just that I can't find them where I'm willing to pay for them. This right here, number 92. I love this cover right here. It's the old Avengers telling the new Avengers to hit the bricks. Really, really cool stuff. That image of Thor. I absolutely love it. The original 3, man. Number 3 is number 92. Great issue. Great cover copy. Ye have disgraced the name of the Avengers. Go then and be Avengers. No more! For all things must end. I love cover copy, man. I love the cover copy, and that's my number 3, 92. Number 2. Oh, yeah, I love this one. Number 38. Hercules meets the Avengers. Great Kirby cover. Herc is looking dope. And again, this isn't in great shape either. I've got the spine is all beat to shit. There's a little bit of chipping going on at the top, not much. But the color pops. The color really pops, and the interior colors pop too. I love the story of Hercules meeting the Avengers. Number 39, the follow-up issue is great as well. Really great 2-issue arc. And yeah, number 38, man, that's my number 2. Number 2. Call it number 2. And my number 1, this is 125. This has a subscription crease on it too that breaks color at the top there. But the interior looks great. And I got this for an absolute steal. I found this in the dollar bin. So you can't be mad at that. Really killer Thanos appearance in this. Really great story. And I really dug it, man. This is really killer. So those are my top 5 Avengers books. Chat, do you guys have any Avengers books you really love? Let me know, man. Magoo says he loves the colors also. Thank you very much, man. Gonna go look at what my earliest Avengers is and then post it on Instagram while also tagging Drew. That's a good way to get in my good graces. I love being tagged on that Instagram. It makes me feel like people love me, even if you don't. Talk about floating heads. Man, floating heads are great. I'm not a floating head today. I wore an off black shirt. We'll see what we can do about that in the future. I love each and every one of you guys. Number 26 is his fave with cover with Kang. That is a great cover. I don't believe I have. No, I don't have that one. 69. Nice. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we went, man. We did. We goed. And guys, thank you very much for tuning in for that wonderful segment and watching me share some books from my collection. I think that the top 5 will definitely move to being books from my collection for the foreseeable future. And it'll just be an opportunity for me to share things with you guys about what I collect. Who knows how long this daily show is going to be able to go on, when I'm going to go back to work, when things are going to go back to normal. And in the meantime, I'd like to let you guys know a little bit about what's in my collection and what I'm down to collect. So thank you so much for sticking around for that. We got another segment coming up, gang. And this is my favorite segment. It is a chat heavy segment. It is question of the day. Who is your favorite Avenger? Remember, folks, there are no wrong answers here unless you say Hawkeye, and then everybody will point and laugh at you. But who is your favorite Avenger? I'm going to answer first and let you guys know. My favorite Avenger is, you know what? I'm going to go with Thor. I love Thor. In the Avengers, he's not that great all the time, but in the early issues, he is fantastic. My favorite Avenger in the movies is definitely Thor, and I enjoy him in Jason Aaron's new run on the Avengers as well. I think I'm going to say Thor is my favorite Avenger. Let's check the chat. Let's see where you guys are at on that. And if you guys are watching this on the rewind, do us all a favor and comment down below and let us know who your favorite Avenger is. And remember, there are no wrong answers. Let's check the chat and see where things are. The Thing's not an Avenger, the great legend. He's a Guardian of the Galaxy. Let's see. Wonder Man and Black Knight all day. Wonder Man's a great choice. Black Knight for me has always been a hit or miss character, but we're excited to see him in the Eternals and see where things go from there. You know, a Thing in West Coast was a beast, but he was only in for like an issue, though, wasn't he? Like, he wasn't even on the team. They brought him in as a guest spot, and then he was like, I'm not joining the Avengers. Somebody's trolling. A-list. Yeah, we're talking A-list, the Avengers, not C-list, Green Lantern. Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America, and Hulk. Those are all good choices, man. Beast, back in the day. I liked Beast on the Avengers. He's one of my favorite covers that didn't make the cut. It's the meeting of the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's really great. Emma Peel. Gore Vidal, you saucy little minx. You know those aren't the Avengers we're talking about. And can I tell you how disappointed I was to learn that that movie wasn't about the Avengers when I was a kid? Like, wasn't about the real Avengers. We all know the real Avengers, right? Like Captain America, the Hulk. The real Avengers. Not Emma Peel. I mean, she's hot. Don't get me wrong. She's hot. But not a real Avenger. She's like Hawkeye. Peter Parker, Nova, Thor. I like Thor. If I was slumming. I like that. Yeah. Mr. Joe Fixit. You know what? You know who else was a really great Avenger? Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman. Oh, man. She was great in New Avengers. I thought it was pretty great, man. All right, gang, we are at about a half hour even. I want to kind of keep these things short. So thank you so much, everybody, for stopping through. Thank you for answering the question of the day. Make sure you hit up that comments when this thing reposts. Let your question of the day answers live on forever in the spirit of the internets. I want to give a special shout out to Magoo Fitzfarter. Magoo was bringing people from the pop community over here. And that's awesome because I had a pop to show. I mean, it's one of like maybe 15 to 20 pops that I own. So maybe we'll get some cool stuff to share for the pop community upstairs in my daughter's room. She is a voracious pop collector. But thank you so much, everybody, for stopping through. I appreciate y'all coming through and adding to the conversation. We're going to go ahead and end this thing the way we always end this thing. Oh, Seawood. Yes, I almost forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Guys, click this link and make sure you're ready to go, because at 2:00 today, we are premiering the edited version of Legends interview with Brent Peoples from Mainframe Comic-Con. It's a real quick, easy one to watch. He shares some fantastic art. You guys know Legends the best, so be sure to check that out. All right, gang, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for coming through. We'll see you next time.
Hey gang, make sure you hit that subscription button there. Give this video a thumbs up. And make sure you hit that notification bell. Always going live. And check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.